इस वक्त हम बात कर रहे हैं गोदरेज ग्रुप की और एक बहुत बड़ी अनाउंसमेंट कंपनी ने की है, दैट इज टू गेट इनटू द एनबीएफसी स्पेस इन अ मच बिगर वे। जी हाँ, बात कर रही हूँ गोदरेज कैपिटल। ये नई कंपनी फॉर्म हुई है अंडर गोदरेज इंडस्ट्रीज और इस वक्त मेरे साथ द टॉप मैनेजमेंट ऑफ गोदरेज कैपिटल इज विद मी, Pirojsha Godrej, who's the chairman at Godrej Capital and of course the MD and CEO of the new entity, मनीष शाह। थैंक यू वेरी मच आप दोनों का हमारे शो में आने के लिए और बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। कंग्रेचुलेशंस पिरोचा। सबसे पहले आप हमें ये समझाइए इस एंटिटी का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है। ये गोदरेज इंडस्ट्रीज के अंडर एक कंपनी आपने सेटअप की है, बट इससे इसका स्ट्रक्चर एंड the way it will help or be beneficiaries to the other Godrej entities, exactly क्या thought process उस पे रखा गया है?
I think, as you rightly pointed out, Godrej Capital has been set up as a subsidiary of Godrej Industries. Under Godrej Capital, we currently have two other companies, Godrej Housing Finance, which has already been in operation since late 2020, and we also now have an NBFC called Godrej Finance. So, but Godrej Capital will be the financial services arm of the Godrej Group. While certainly we will look at opportunities to partner with various parts of the group ecosystem, as we have, for example, in operation since late 2020, and we also now have an NBFC called Godrej Finance. So, but Godrej Capital will be the financial services arm of the Godrej Group. While certainly we will look at opportunities to partner with various parts of the group ecosystem, as we have, for example, in Godrej Housing Finance by partnering Godrej Properties customers, the goal here is to build a large retail financial services business, which will only get a slight benefit from its relationship with other group entities, but the opportunity we see is as a much bigger one. And I think today we've now had an experience of about a year and a half in financial services through Godrej Housing Finance, and what we are committing to now is a larger financial services play, which we see as a huge potential opportunity for the group over the next several decades.
Absolutely understood that ये एक बड़ी opportunity है group के लिए to get into the NBFC space overall and not just properties and hence its arm there. But verticals की अगर हम बात करें Manish, and I want you to come in here because when you're talking of NBFC, obviously you are looking at not just housing. There's a retail play which he said. So automobiles, small medium enterprises, MSMEs, वहाँ पर कितना focus होगा to start with?
So I think step by step. शुरुआत हमने करी with the housing finance company. The very clear idea there was help people buy the homes they are looking to buy, give them a better solution, give them a better financing option. Sure. So starting with housing, moving on to small business.
We think there's a large room for penetration still. We're still a largely underfinanced economy, and if you look at it, it's where all of these are data points based on current size of the economy. Our expectation is that India is now well poised over these next couple of decades to see fairly explosive growth, and our hope would be that the growth rate in India can be quite close to 10% over this period. And for that to happen, I think the financial services sector will have to expand, it will have to be strengthened, it will need new players. So there's no question that there are a large number of banks and NBFCs out there who are very strong, who we respect greatly, but we do think there's a space for someone like us as well, who brings the benefit of a strong brand, strong access to capital, but actually has some of the advantages of being a new player in terms of being able to think about a digital first business, think about tech with a blank slate. So I think the combination of some of the legacy advantages of being part of the Godrej Group, but some of the benefits of being able to start a business with a blank slate, we think will give us a significant opportunity to be competitive in this space. And certainly, while we're still very much in the infancy stage in this business, we have had now a year of operations, and I'm happy to share that basis all the plans we'd initially set out, we're actually ahead of them, whether from an AUM perspective or a bookings perspective, despite the fact that this business was entirely created during the pandemic, launched after which we've seen several waves of the pandemic. So I think that has given us increasing confidence.
Sure. So demand obviously बहुत strong रही है पिछले दिनों और उसका result हमने देखा. Numbers have been pretty strong even from the properties point of view, Godrej Properties and the demand for housing overall in the country. But आपने कहा है AUM 30,000 crores by 2026. ये number कहाँ से और कैसे आपने अराइव किया? I mean, do you think you can surpass this, seeing the opportunity and the potential that Pirojsha is also talking about?
I think so.
Yeah.
So हमने
conservative figure दी.
Going back नहीं, going back हमने कहा था कि let's take one goal at a time. First goal wasn't saying that let's not assume कि customers हमें पसंद करेंगे. So first goal is 1,000 customers in the first 5 months after we launched, and can we serve them well?
Okay.
So the first thing we did was we got their 900 odd customers we had. Not just the fact that they decided to choose us, but also the quality of the feedback they gave us the confidence. Okay, let's take the next step.
Okay.
Next step was to look at other developer partnerships. So जब आप 30,000 करोड़ की बात करें, basically we broken it up year by year. Our goal for last full financial year was that we must exceed 1,500 crores of AUM. We got to 1,800 crores. So we are well on track to saying year on year, we will grow geographically, we will add products to our basket. So we feel quite confident that 4 years from today, 30,000 crores is a good goal.
Okay.
When you look at the overall size of the market,
Exactly.
30 lakh crores,
Yeah.
right? So is there enough opportunity for us to grow, even while other players are growing? We think so. And while, we are very clear that we define this 30,000 crores as a near-term goal, not a long-term goal.
Absolutely, and I think that is well taken care of. Also, आपने जब इसकी स्ट्रक्चर की बात की, GIL is investing, यानी Godrej Industries 1,500 crore, 1,500 crore rupees in GP, your
Godrej Capital.
इसका कहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा डिप्लॉयमेंट आप देखते हैं, और will it be in one go that you're looking at putting in, and at some point आप देखते हैं unlock value when it becomes a potential size, इसको एक अलग entity की तरह list करें. What is that number? How far are we from that?
Yes, I think we see this as a large opportunity, as I said, and obviously any financial services business will require a significant amount of capital over the long term. I think for these initial few years, Godrej Industries will support the growth of its company internally, but as the scale increases, certainly this is a business that we think would be a candidate to be a publicly listed business over the medium term, and I think that's the aspiration we're working towards.
And अभी shareholding कैसी है इसमें?
So right now the shareholding is entirely with Godrej Industries, and we have a small minority investor as well as the team who's created the business has some equity, but yes, it's close to wholly owned by Godrej Industries.
Okay, and Godrej Properties का इसमें कोई stake?
No.
It's not invested in it at all.
Godrej Properties has no direct investment in it. Of course, the business has strong synergies. I think Godrej Capital can significantly help Godrej Properties customer acquisition by creating, innovative new products, as has already happened on the Godrej Housing Finance side. And Godrej Properties can, of course, offer its base of customers as potential customers for Godrej Housing Finance, but there is no direct investment of either company in the other one. Godrej Industries is the holding company for both entities.
Okay, and medium term is what? About 3-4 years for you to list it as a separate entity, क्योंकि potential है?
I think it's certainly not in the next 2 or 3 years. I think it's probably somewhere in the 4 to 6 or 7 year time frame, but that will of course depend on the business performance.
Immediately, as you said, आपने already एक 900 odd customers, as you said, 1,000 odd.
It was in our first 5 months.
First
now
5 months.
4,500.
4,500. And the plan is 6 cities, you said, to start with?
We are in 5. We are expanding to 6 more, taking it to 1,100 to 11 cities. I beg your pardon.
11 cities
this year.
All right. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका हमसे बात करने के लिए, बताने के लिए Godrej Capital के the reason that you set this up और आगे किस तरीके का outlook है. Thank you for your time. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks very much.